The studio lights burned hot, the kind that made sweat bead on a man's brow even when his heart was steady. But for millions of viewers watching at home, the real heat wasn't from the bulbs overhead, it was from the clash that unfolded live on television between two men no one expected to see collide. Chief Justice John Roberts and Senator John Kennedy. It started with a simple question. Kennedy, known for his sharp tongue and folksy wisdom, had been invited on to a live broadcast to discuss a heated Supreme Court ruling. Roberts, rare for public appearances, had agreed to join, hoping to clarify the court's position. The host thought it would be civil, maybe even boring. But the moment Kennedy pressed Roberts with a question he couldn't sidestep, everything changed. You say the court stands for fairness, Kennedy said, leaning forward, his Louisiana drawl unshaken. But tell me this, what do you say to the mother working two jobs who feels like justice is a price tag she can't afford? The studio went quiet. Cameras zoomed in. Roberts shifted in his chair. And then, in a moment that stunned everyone, the Chief Justice lost his composure. You don't get it, Senator. Roberts' voice cracked, rising to a full scream. His gavel-like fist slammed the table. You have no idea the burden we carry, the weight of this institution, the decisions that will haunt this nation long after we are gone. Don't lecture me about fairness. The host's jaw dropped. The audience gasped. Producers scrambled behind the glass, unsure if they should cut to commercial. But Kennedy didn't flinch. His eyes didn't waver, his hands didn't tremble. He just leaned back, calm as a man watching the tide roll in on a summer evening. Then, in a voice so steady it felt like steel dipped in ice, he delivered the response that would echo across the country. Judge, the burden of justice isn't yours to carry alone. It belongs to the people you serve. If your shoulders are tired, remember they're tired too. The difference is, they don't get the luxury of quitting when it gets hard. Roberts froze. His anger, so hot just a moment earlier, met the cool water of Kennedy's words and fizzled into silence. The cameras caught every second, the widening eyes, the clenched jaw. The sudden realization that the entire nation had just witnessed the Chief Justice crack. And within hours, Kennedy's cold response was everywhere. On TikTok, clips replayed with captions like "This is how you stand your ground." On Twitter, his words became a rallying cry. Justice isn't a burden, it's a duty. But what made the moment so powerful wasn't just Kennedy's calm. It was the deeper truth behind it. Viewers at home, teachers, truck drivers, single parents, veterans saw themselves in that exchange. They knew what it meant to carry burdens in silence, to keep moving forward, even when life screamed at them. In the days that followed, Roberts retreated from the spotlight, releasing a carefully worded statement about the pressures of his office. But the public wasn't focused on him anymore. They were focused on Kennedy, the senator who reminded America that composure could be stronger than rage, and that sometimes the coldest response carried the warmest truth. Weeks later, a clip of the confrontation played on the floor of the Senate as lawmakers debated a bill on judicial transparency. Kennedy didn't gloat, didn't reference Roberts by name. He simply said, Justice doesn't need raised voices. It needs raised standards. The chamber erupted in applause, and for millions watching at home, the memory of that live TV clash became more than political theater, became a lesson in courage, in restraint, and in the power of answering fury, not with fire, but with an unshakable calm. Because in the end, Kennedy's viral moment wasn't about humiliating a Chief Justice, was about reminding a weary nation that dignity, when tested, speaks louder than any scream.